This is in response to Dr. Paul Krugman's article in the New York Times on Monday, September 28, 2015. The blackmail caucus, a.k.a. the Republican Party, or as I would like to say, the GOP, the grand old party. Now, we all know that Boehner is retired, and most of us know exactly why he is retired. But Dr. Krugman digs into some history that he's retiring because of the things that he instituted came back to bite him in the backside. So in 2008, when everything was going completely downhill, Bush got a stimulus policy through. It was passed with both Democrat and Republican votes. And of course, we were bleeding at that time hundreds of thousands of jobs per month. It continued, I believe, September, October, November, December, and then in January when Obama took over, it was still going down, and then it started to slowly go back, meaning slowly that the unemployment wasn't going down nearly as much. And we needed a stimulus policy then, a stimulus policy based on the consumer. It's because when the consumer has money in their hands and they spend it, meaning the average working person. And of course, there was a stimulus policy that Obama was eventually able to pass, but it was extremely difficult because Boehner basically said that we need to tighten our belts and we need to cut back on all this deficit spending that we're doing. Now remember, economic policy, economic theory was that when you're in a situation like that, it is okay to have deficit spending, that you need a stimulus to get it going. And of course, that didn't happen. And it was Boehner was, he bought it hook, line, and sinker from the extreme right. And of course, this pattern has been going on throughout the entire Bush administration, Obama administration, whereas the Republicans, with Boehner as a big part of it, have stifled, stopped, badgered, cajoled, lied, cheated, sinned, in terms of what it was that they thought was best for the United States and what really was best for the United States. Because it wasn't what was good for the United States that the Republicans were seeking. It was what was good for them, which was to stop Obama from doing anything that would help the American people, the American economy, etc. In fact, Dr. Krugman points out a book that was written by Norm Ornstein and Thomas Mann a couple of years ago, indicating it's worse than you think. And basically, the Republican Party basically has done nothing but try to blackmail the Obama administration the entire time that that Obama has been in office. And, in terms of 50 times trying to repeal Obamacare. How many times have we had a possible shutdown of government, including the shutdown that we've had? How many threats have we had? And how many times has it been taken to the brink? And a lot of it is based on not fact, just outright lies by our sisters and brothers on the Republican side who know that if something good was passed, something that would work, that would help the American people, that would help Obama, and they didn't want to do that. So they wanted to do things that would hurt Obama, and by hurting Obama, it was hurting the American people. So this obstructionism has been going on for a long time. But remember, there was a stimulus that did get through. Obama did get reelected. And so he was able to keep his signature thing, Obamacare. And guess what? We have had millions of jobs created in the Obama administration. And that is above the jobs that were created after all of the unemployment that went on at the beginning of the Obama administration. So what we have is that what's going on right now, obstructionism has basically failed. And the economy is moving. Do we need to move more? Yes. Do we need to have higher wages? Yes. Do we need to have total revamping of our infrastructure, our educational system? Yes. but the obstructionism failed to a great extent. Now, bring on the Planned Parenthood controversy. All right, now remember, the videos were doctored. Many of the videos took place a couple years ago. They were and 4 or 5 months ago, before these Planned Parenthood videos came out. That was not going to be an issue right now, and probably even into the campaign in 2016. But when they came out, the Republicans saw a tremendous opportunity not to use this to hold the country hostage, to hold Obama hostage, to get the kind of concessions that they wanted for themselves. Boehner took one for the team, because basically he indicated that he knows that if he gets the Democrats to vote to pass a budget, that the Republicans in the crazies will come after him and try and get rid of him as Speaker of the House. So he preempted them and said, I'm going to quit anyway. So it wasn't going to be an issue. It became a big issue. Boehner preempted them and said, hey, I'm just going to get out anyway. And he took one for the BOC. But there are too many of these unintended consequences that we're seeing from the GOP. And what we're also seeing is that, in terms of just the Planned Parenthood things, that the reality that they live in, they're wanting to confront Obama, even on these nebulous issues where videos were completely doctored, and they run out and act as if they are 100% true. It shows the extent that they are willing to go to get their way. And they got rid of Boehner, and we still have 2 days left. It looks like a budget's going to get passed. So it just goes to show that the Republican Party, they're now reaping what they sow, because whoever comes in behind Boehner is going to have the exact same trouble. And there are a number of different issues that are going to come up. I can think of just one or two offhand. We have to raise the debt ceiling, and we also have to pass the Highway Trust Fund, and everyone wants to put more money into the Highway Trust Fund. So this isn't over. The crazies are still trying to run the show, and they're trying to continue to blackmail Obama. But in essence, what they're doing is they are hurting the American people, the American economy, and again, in some ways, our leadership role in the world.